Hi, this is Shadi, and today's subject is gonna be neck cranks and spine locks. A little over a year ago, when I had maybe 1,000 subscribers, I did a video on this. It was very brief, so I figured with now a bigger audience, I would do a far more detailed presentation with more video evidence. I've talked about Mikusuke Kawaishi and his book, My Method of Judo. It's a treasure, it's a gem. I will link it as a PDF in the description below. It's in French, but you can still understand what you see as far as techniques. So just a little brief history. Neck cranks were actually banned around the year 1925, leg locks around 1922. So here is a presentation of what Judo used to have in terms of really attacking the neck and the spine. So the first one is called Kubi Hishigi, very classical neck crank. You just pull on the head, but notice the stance of Tori. You have one leg still in the, like, as if you are doing a mount position. The other one, he has it all the way up in order to have a far stronger base as he attempts to pull, because a slight rotation of Uke's hips or a bump, you will lose it all, but in this one you will be far more stable. Let's see Rickson's representation of Elio Gracie's teachings, which are the classical Japanese teachings indirectly, if you want. So here you see he's in a mounted position. The first thing he does is actually split his legs in order to have a better base. He's explaining here that he doesn't want to give his hands. His head is heavy on the mat, so he splits his legs as you just saw, but this one here is far more extended, and he proceeds to pull on the head. So it's very basic, but it can really cause a lot of damage. So if you are competing in a competition format where this is legal, please be mindful of your training partner. So here explains he rotates or changes his base and pulls on the head. He says he gives an advice in this. This is from his self-defense unit. I will also leave a link in the description if you are interested in purchasing this. If you are white belt, blue belt, this is great for you. So here he explains that pull progressively, do not rip it out or yank it, and stay there, and you just apply subtle pressure and you will get the tap, because as he said himself, it can be very traumatizing for your training partner. So again, please be mindful when you are doing this. Here, let's see it one more time from another angle, slow motion. He changes his base in order to not get toppled, and then proceeds to pull on the head progressively and slowly, and you will get the tap. So the next one is called Sai Shigi. You grab your belt, kind of like attempting a guillotine, but you do not actually pull your wrists upward on the trachea. That's not how it works. In the guillotine, you curl yourself towards your partner and you pull your wrists upwards. That's a choke. Here we are trying to basically snap a neck. So what you are doing here is actually you extend your legs and scissoring them, kind of like a dojime, extending your hips and pulling backwards, but you are actually taking your arm with you. So this is basically a straight ankle lock, but on your neck. Here, this one is called Tate Kubi Hishigi. This is from a standing position. You rotate to create torsion on the neck. You do not pull upwards like a guillotine, and you do not just squeeze in order to get a choke. You actually rotate, creating some kind of bend in the neck sideways. Let's see the next one. Here it's called Gyaku Hishigi. You are not actually grabbing the belt here. Very similar to the first one. Here it shows you have the legs going diagonally up. You are stretching them, extending the hips like a dojime, and you are taking your head and your hands backwards. Again, this is like a straight ankle lock, but for your neck. This is not something to be taken lightly. So please, if you are doing this, please do it progressively. Same way with the straight ankle lock. They can be very dangerous. I would argue this is more dangerous than a straight ankle lock. The next one is called the Tomoe Kubi Hishigi, or circular neck hold or crush. You grab the belt, kind of like a guard slam, or you are attempting a dakiage, which is a high lift into a guard slam, but you actually compress down on the neck. So this is how it goes progressively again until you get a tap. Check it out. It can also be like a chest compression. I can easily see someone choking from this, as well as having tension on their neck. Tomoe Kubi Hishigi. So again, if you are legally authorized to do this in competition, do it progressively on your training partners. The last one is Keizagatami Kubi Hishigi. This is your Keizagatami or your scarf hold, but you actually rotate your torso towards the direction, towards where your legs are, and you are creating torsion on the neck. So let's take a look at a classical Keizagatami. So here, he prepares the arm, holds it, and then goes behind the neck, but actually rotates. If you rotate towards your legs, where your legs are, and you're actually grabbing the head and not the back of the collar, you can easily create torsion on the neck, and it can be very dangerous. Kind of like when you pull backwards and downwards, you can create a chest compression. If you turn sideways, gripping the head, you can easily create a torsion on the neck. So let's go to spine locks. Spine locks, they can easily be done by way of leg locking. The first one being Ryo Ashi Hishigi, or double leg crush. So here it kind of looks like a Boston crab, but you are extending your hips. You can easily slice the calves, or do like both straight ankle locks. You can also do it as a single, called a Kata Ashi Hishigi, or a single leg crush. You turn and you can sit down, and you can easily create pressure on the spine. I'm sure if you've done the sharpshooter or the walls of Jericho as a kid, you would know how much this one hurts. Let's see Kyuzo Mifune attempting it. So he rotates, he actually extends his hips like a straight ankle lock, but you can, if you proceed to sit down, you can easily also create pressure on the spine. Let's see another example, circa 1912. Here you see pulls on the leg, on the calf, so it's more of a calf slice, and then here proceeds to extend, and when you sit down, you can easily create pressure on the spine, as I mentioned. You can also do it from the figure 4 calf slice, and you pull on the gi, but it's not as efficient as this one. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have anything else to add, please let me know down below. This is a very, these techniques can be very dangerous, and also, but at the same time, we need to learn what judo's capability used to be like back in the day when rules were very rare or very little. So if you have anything else to add, let me know down below. Also consider supporting me on Patreon, and also do not forget to check out Josh Simon's shop in the description below. This was Shadi, and thank you for listening.